Look at that. Oh, what a beautiful box. So, I want to show you all something. Let me see if I can show you all something. I think that's the last one. I've actually got more of them, but I put them somewhere. Every time you buy something from Battery Junction, they always send you one of these. Always. I got like a box with like 10 more. I can't remember where I put it. Nice and careful. Way bigger than the L17. Way bigger. Look at that. No wonder the intensity is much higher. Wait, where's that? Oh, there it is. I was looking at the screen. Okay. It's probably never going to be that shiny ever again, no matter how much you clean this. When they're brand new, they're crystal clear. But even as hard as you try to make them look clear again in the future, they never turn out that way. So this is the Acebeam L19. You have two options to choose from. You can get the white or you can get the green. So I actually opted to get the green because I'm a moron, and I ordered the L17 a few months ago and accidentally ordered the wrong color and got green. But once it came in, I completely fell in love with that green color. So the monochromatic single wavelength light gives this thing the ability to have incredible intensity. I got this from Battery Junction for about $129, I believe is what I paid for it. 140 something, because I live in Oklahoma and taxes and all that. But I paid $130 for it, and it took like 7 days to come in. But that's what happens when you get free shipping. When you pay for shipping, it tends to come in a little faster. So like I said, I got this I ordered this about 2 weeks ago and I got it last week, and it's taken me a week to do the review because I've had a lot of stuff going on, but decided to go ahead and do it today. I have the house to myself, so yeah, I've grown quite fond to the Acebeam brand. We have the E10, we have the TK18, the L17, and the L19. Now, one thing to remember, if you do happen to order the green, which I put that up there, they didn't do that. The box says 1,300 meters, and that's actually the white. 1,500 plus meters is the green, but I think they use the same box for the green and white. So if you get the green and you get this box in, don't be alarmed, because more than likely it's going to be the green. So the L19 is pretty much using the same TIR optic that Acebeam has been using on a lot of their lights, like the E10, the L17. Pretty much interchangeable from some of these Chinese companies, because I think the Manker MK37 also uses the exact same TIR optic. The only other TIR optic that's being used is the that really interesting looking one you see on the L18, the Acebeam L18 and the Manker MK37. Now those are quite a bit different than this, but it's still a TIR optic, and there's many different ways to make a TIR. TIR just stands for total internal reflection. In fact, this is actually a TIR also. There's so many different ways to make it. But as you can see, Acebeam uses pretty much, I believe this is acrylic. You can see the little knob right there. It looks to me like they just mold a whole bunch of these and they just kind of break them off, kind of like you see on flashlight and laser drivers, but that's pretty much what that is. That's not a defect. It just is the breaking point, I believe. They had probably a lot of these optics that were molded at the same time, and they just kind of broke them off and put one in there as they went. But keep in mind that these are acrylic, I believe, so they can easily be scratched. A glass TIR optic would probably cost a lot more money, and that's probably why they don't use glass. Upon closer inspection, I just realized that I'm completely wrong. These are all glass. You can always tell glass. It makes a very, very high-pitched sound when you tap something on it, and this won't damage it, but I'll put it up to the microphone so you can hear it. You can obviously tell that that's glass. So I don't know where I got the acrylic from. That's glass as well. They're pretty much all glass. Okay, well that would make more sense. I don't exactly know why they would do plastic or acrylic. It just looked like they were acrylic because of that little knob, that little indentation that you see. So green is more or less for hunting. I don't do any hunting, so I don't know why I keep buying green flashlights. I guess that incredibly high intensity gives the illusion that it's brighter even though it's not. In fact, I had a conversation with somebody on my YouTube about that very thing not long ago. He tried to tell me that candela or lumens, candela or intensity is the same as lumens. Lumens and candela are two totally different things, and if you're a flashlight enthusiast, you know this. So it's hard to explain to somebody that candela or intensity is something totally separate from actual overall output. So if you don't have a green light and you're looking at these videos because you're thinking about getting one, I suggest that you get one because it's a whole different experience. You know, when you've been dealing with 4,000 and 5,000 and 6,000 Kelvin flashlights your entire life, and then all of a sudden you get green or 525 nanometer green, it's like your hobby has taken a complete turn and it's something totally new and totally different. So it's a whole new experience, and I think you should, I think you should consider it. So from now on, I'm not really,
So from now on, I'm not really going to state the complete obvious because it's pretty much standard stuff in a lot of flashlights nowadays, like digital regulation, hard anodized type 3. These are all things that these lights all have now anyway, so there's no point in really mentioning them. So you have an electronic switch here, and you have a forward tactical switch, a tactical clicky, on the back, whereas on the L17, it's actually just an electronic switch. So the only thing that confuses me about lights like the L19, the L17, the Manker MK37, those are 2,000 and 3,000 lumen green flashlights. It doesn't tell you anywhere on the box what LED is being used, it just says Osram green most of the time. But when you go to Osram's website, and I've looked many times, I cannot seem to find a single Osram green LED that generates anywhere close to 2,000 or 3,000 lumens. The only ones I've been able to find are the smaller ones, kind of like the CSL NM1 TG, and those are generating 300, 400, 500 lumens at max current. So like I said, I don't really know. Maybe Osram's making special LEDs for these flashlights and they just don't have them listed on their website. That's the only thing I can think of, because when you go to Osram's website, you can't find these LEDs anywhere. So size comparison between the L17 and L19. Way bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's what I get for not looking at dimensions, but size wasn't a factor for me, so it didn't matter. Length is 163 millimeters, I believe, and the body width is 25 millimeters, and the head is 60 millimeters. And I know you're going to ask, the weight is, I forgot. I think it's a couple hundred grams maybe without the battery, probably 200 grams-ish. So just like the L17, you have a tactical ring that freely spins. I don't want to spin it though, because the O-ring is underneath there. Oh, and by the way, you might make the same mistake that I made. When I was looking at these flashlights online, I just, for some reason, automatically thought that that middle part of the TIR was like hollow. Like you could stick your finger in there. But so for the user interface, you have an electronic switch and you hold the button down, you obviously know what's going to happen. It goes into moonlight mode. Now the camera's picking it up brighter than it actually is. But you do have your moonlight mode. Now the cool thing about this light is you actually have 7 modes of output. You have moonlight, 4 modes in between that, or 4 modes after moonlight, and then you have the turbo mode. So next mode up, mode 2, next mode up, mode 3, mode 4, mode 5, and then if you double press it, you go into your turbo mode. This is probably the feature that's going to completely sell this light for you guys, because I didn't even know it had it until I got the light. This switch back here only works on one mode, which is the turbo mode. So when you double press the electronic switch, it goes into turbo mode. But this button back here also goes into turbo mode, so you don't have to double press it to go into turbo. This is the maximum turbo mode output every single time you press it, which is really cool, which is an incredible feature to have. In fact, I wish more lights had features like that. L17, you have to double press the button every time to go into your, oh, I took the battery out. Tail cap spring. Acebeam's quality is just amazing. It really is. Acebeam has this incredible build quality that just other manufacturers don't seem to have. Yes, I know it's a Phoenix battery, okay? I don't have an Acebeam 21700. Oh, I got a cut right here. Okay. Mountaineering, hunting, camping, first aid, construction, adventure. This light isn't made out of aerospace, it's made out of Play-Doh. I like how I keep making Play-Doh jokes, but that's probably actually how you say it. So it comes with your fairly standard stuff. Holster. Very nice holster. I'm gonna close it like this. Velcro tends to wear out. Silica gel, don't eat that. And then you have your nice little, you know, included in every single Acebeam light, this fancy little bag they use. User manual, as in Chinese. Oh wait, no, that's Chinese. The other side is English. 577,000 CD. That is just insane. 1,520 meters, that's about 4,800 feet. If you don't know meters very well, yeah, it's about 4,800 feet, so about 400, 500 feet shy of a mile, or this is actually about 1.5 kilometers-ish. So that pretty much covers everything I can possibly think of with this flashlight. There's so many things that I could mention, but they're standard things now, so there's really no point in mentioning them. So if there's something I may have missed, just ask me in the comments and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Anyways. All right, thanks for watching, guys.